If you hear a dead man's voice, don't respond. I didn't know that rule a week ago. Back then, life was so ordinary it almost felt boring. Endless emails, cheap instant coffee, playlists looping in the background as I edited videos deep into the night. Then my phone buzzed. One new voice message. The name on the screen froze me mid-sip. Ethan. Ethan had been dead for 7 days. For a full minute, I just stared at the notification, convinced it was some kind of glitch. Maybe someone hacked his account. Maybe the system recycled old messages. I told myself anything that didn't involve the word impossible. But curiosity is a cruel thing. My thumb hit play before reason could stop it. At first, it sounded like white noise, faint static like wind against a microphone. Then came his voice. Hey, it's me. It wasn't a recording I'd heard before. The tone was wrong. Ethan's usual warmth was gone, replaced by something hollow, uneven. Between syllables, there were sounds, wet clicks like someone speaking with their mouth half open underwater. Listen carefully, he said, voice breaking into static halfway through. Don't. And then nothing. Just a soft hiss that grew louder, stretching into a low, rhythmic pulse. The sound wasn't random. It almost breathed. I replayed it 3 times, my pulse syncing with that sound. I swear I heard something moving in the background. Slow, deliberate steps, maybe? Or scraping. It's hard to describe. You'll probably think I'm imagining it, but if I ever upload the clip, you'll hear it too. Most people miss it at first. Then it hits them once they know what to listen for. The creepiest part? Ethan's contact photo, one I'd deleted months ago, had reappeared. It wasn't the same image, though. Same pose, same smile, but the eyes were wrong. Slightly off-center, like he'd been looking past the camera. I spent the night trying to rationalize it. Deepfake prank. Some sick friend. Maybe the file had been stuck in a backup server. And auto-sent. Except the metadata didn't make sense. It was recorded 2 days after his funeral. That's when I noticed something else. The timestamp didn't match my time zone. It said received. 3:17 a.m. Unknown location. I didn't sleep that night. I kept staring at the message, afraid to delete it, terrified to replay it again. Every time I glanced at my phone, the playback icon flickered like it was waiting for me to press it again. You might think I'm exaggerating, but here's what keeps me awake now. I haven't told anyone what I heard in the last 2 seconds of that message. I can't. Not yet. But soon, when I'm sure it's not just my mind filling in the static, I'll play it again. And you'll hear it too. Because the message wasn't the only strange thing that started happening after Ethan died, that I spent the next morning dissecting Ethan's message like it was a crime scene. I replayed it with headphones, then speakers, then noise-canceling earbuds, listening for anything I missed the first time. The opening timestamp, midnight to 0:04, was mostly static but not random. It pulsed in a pattern, like someone breathing right against the microphone. At 0:05, Ethan's voice slipped in, low and shaky. Hey, it's me. I compared it to older recordings I still had on my phone. The pitch was almost identical, but the pacing was all wrong. Ethan used to speak quickly, filling silences with nervous laughs. This voice stretched words like they hurt. At 0:11, there was a whisper layered under his main voice. I only caught it after boosting the audio. It sounded like, "Why are you there?" If any of you think I'm reaching, tell me in the comments if you hear it too when I upload the clip. I'm not imagining the second voice. It's there, just low enough to hide in the static. Between 0:14 and 0:18, something scraped across a surface. The closest comparison I can give is nails dragging across concrete, but slower, deliberate. Then Ethan's voice returned, sharper this time, as if he were turning away from something. Don't let it in. The message glitched on the last word, splitting it into 3 jagged echoes. I checked the waveform. It wasn't a compression artifact. Something else distorted it. There's one more detail I haven't mentioned. At 0:22, Right before the message cut into that awful breathing static, there was a faint click. A location tag. The metadata pointed to the hiking trail where Ethan recorded his final normal message to me the night he disappeared. I drove out there just to confirm I wasn't losing my mind. The place looked the same as before. Empty trail, picnic tables, that old wooden post with unreadable safety stickers. But as I stood where the coordinates landed, something felt off. The air was too still. Even the trees looked like they were waiting. And then my phone vibrated, even though I had no service out there. A notification flashed. New audio file saved. No sender. No preview. I didn't open it. Instead, I followed the path Ethan walked that night, trying to piece together the timing of his last steps. There are no signs of struggle, no footprints, nothing unusual. But when I reached the spot where he usually stopped to take late-night photos of the valley, I noticed something carved into the wooden railing. Fresh marks. For words, it wasn't me. I checked old photos on my phone. Those carvings weren't there 2 weeks ago. I couldn't shake the feeling that someone, or something, wanted me to find them. And here's the part that keeps looping in my head. The message wasn't behaving like a normal file anymore. My phone started playing it on its own, starting at random timestamps, like it was trying to make me hear something specific. And I think I know what it is, but I'm not ready to say it yet. Because the message has started affecting the world around me. And whatever is hiding beneath Ethan's voice is growing louder, clearer, and closer every day, no matter what I do now. The first day back at home felt almost normal, which should have been my warning. Daylight does this thing where it pretends everything's fine. The house looked the same, smelled the same, sounded the same. But underneath that familiar routine, something had shifted. I could feel it, not dramatically, not like a door slamming or shadows crawling along the walls. More like the air had gained weight. The glitches started small. My laptop froze whenever I tried opening the folder with Ethan's message. My earbuds crackled with faint static even when nothing was playing. The TV turned itself on at dawn with a blank, gray screen. Typical haunted house cliches, except they weren't dramatic enough to be supernatural. They were annoying, subtle, personal. Then the recordings started appearing. The first one was only 3 seconds long. No description, no label, just a file sitting on my phone as if it had always been there. I pressed play and heard my own name whispered backward. Not Ethan's voice, not mine, just something, a breathy pull, like someone inhaling through water. I deleted the file. 10 minutes later, it reappeared. By the second night, sleep felt like a suggestion rather than a requirement. Every time I drifted off, my phone buzzed with some new audio file. Most of them were silent or filled with low-frequency rumbling. But some had words, distorted, mangled, stretched until they sounded half-human. I recognized one phrase immediately, "Don't let it in." This time, though, it wasn't Ethan saying it. My sister noticed something was wrong before I said a word. She called asking why I'd sent her a weird voice memo at 2 in the morning. I hadn't sent her anything. When she played it back for me over the phone, I almost dropped the device. It was the same whisper from the 3-second file, except clearer and louder. She asked if I was getting into some ARG horror project again. I told her no. I didn't tell her the whisper said her name too. Even at work, things deteriorated. A coworker asked why I kept checking the windows. Another told me I looked pale, like I'd seen someone staring at me from the parking lot. I wanted to laugh it off, but the truth is, I had seen something. A shape, a silhouette standing still for too long. And when I blinked, it was gone, replaced by nothing but the faint hum of traffic and that crawling static I couldn't shake from my ears. The worst part? I started noticing online posts from strangers describing similar voice messages. Different names, different voices, same structure, same interference, same breath behind the words. Someone even posted a waveform comparison. Ethan's final message matched patterns from 2 other disappearances. That's when I stopped believing Ethan was trying to reach me. Whatever was speaking, it knew his voice. It could use it, twist it, weaponize it. And one of the new recordings contained coordinates. Somewhere I haven't visited yet. Somewhere I'm not sure I want to. I keep wondering if uploading this video is a mistake. But if you're still listening, you need to hear what happened next. I saved the worst part for last. The last recording came at 3:03 a.m., the same minute Ethan was pronounced dead a week earlier. I didn't open it at first. I just stared at the notification pulsing on my lock screen, like it already knew I would give in. When I finally pressed play, the voice that came through wasn't distorted or broken. It was calm. Too calm. "Don't listen to them," it said. "Don't listen to me." At first, I thought it was Ethan again, trying to warn me from whatever place he had vanished into. But the longer I listened, the more wrong it felt. Ethan never paused like that. He never breathed between syllables like he was trying not to choke.